Let's talk the NBA. All right, so in today's episode, I'm going to be talking about the Toronto Raptors. So I'm actually from Toronto, so this might seem a little bit biased, might be a little bit of a biased opinion, but I'm going to try to be as, as fair as possible, even though I'm a homer. So, the Toronto Raptors, currently in the Eastern Conference, I have to say that the Toronto Raptors are at least a top three team in the East. Like, when you look at the top teams in the East at the moment right now, you see the Chicago Bulls, you see the Toronto Raptors, and the Washington Wizards. Obviously, we're expecting the Cavaliers to pick things up. Obviously, we're expecting the Cavaliers to be a good team towards the mid part and even the end part of the season. They're still trying to work things out. Kyrie, LeBron, Kevin Love, Dion Waiters, Mike Miller, all those new guys. It's a new team, first time head coach. They're going to figure stuff out. But forget about them now. We're not talking about Cleveland. We're talking about Toronto. So, with that being said, right now, the top three teams in the Eastern Conference are Toronto, Chicago, and Washington. Now, when we look at Toronto and how they play the game, and I've watched so much Toronto basketball, so I can speak on this. For Chicago and Washington, I haven't really seen how they play, but with Toronto, we focus heavily on our backcourt, and rightfully so. DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry are our two best players on the team. DeMar DeRozan was an All-Star last year. Kyle Lowry should have been an All-Star last year, but together they pretty much make up a huge bulk of our scoring load. So, the way we play is through our guards. We have our big men kind of as the garbage men. Amir Johnson, putbacks, hustle, that type of mold of a power forward. And we have Jonas Valanciunas, who has been improving his post game. He is an improved post player now. His defense has always been there. His movements are starting to get better. People that haven't been watching Toronto since his first year, will notice that in his first year he was fast. Like that was his advantage as a five. He could blow past his man. In his second year, he bulked up. He put on some weight because he was really skinny when he came in. So he bulked up. He put on some weight, but he slowed down as a cost of it, and he lost his explosiveness and his quickness. But now in this year, so far you can really see he's been working on his conditioning. He's been working on his quickness. His speed's pretty much back. And on top of that, like I said, he improved his post game. He improved his post moves. He worked with Hakeem Olajuwon in the summer, so he's only going to improve. Now, at the small forward spot, we have Terrence Ross, who's basically the 3-and-D. The Klay Thompson, the Danny Green, that sort of player. The guy that's going to chill in the corner, or the guy that's going to take the transition threes. Doesn't really get to the paint, doesn't really get into the paint much, but he's an amazing dunker. So we basically have the starting lineup set out. That's how they play. They play through their guards. They have a small forward that's a 3-and-D that can knock down the corner three, that can dunk in transition. Like I said, plays good defense. Then they have the garbage men for their bigs. Now for our bench, we actually have one of the best benches in the NBA. We have Sweet Lou, we have Lou Williams, we got Tyler Hansbrough, we got Grievous Vasquez, we got Patrick Patterson, and we also got Greg Stiesma, who's injured right now. But those players off the bench some of them could actually start in this league. Like Grievous Vasquez was a starter, and I'm not sure if you guys remember, but when Grievous Vasquez was a starter in New Orleans, he was second or first in the NBA in assists. I think he averaged 9 or 10 assists. But he's a starter in the NBA, and he's coming off our bench. We also have Lou Williams, who's one of the better six-mans in the NBA, coming off an injury last season. He wasn't really that great. This season he is. No, I don't want to say he's great, but this season he's better. He looks a little bit more comfortable out there. He's still trying to, get into the system since it is his first season here. But overall, I expect great things from him. So that's pretty much our team as a whole. Now, where do I see them? Like I said, at least top three. But in order for them to take that next step, remember, we were kicked out of the first round last year. In order for them to take that next step, I really feel that Jonas Valanciunas is going to have to step up. DeMar DeRozan is going to do his thing. He's going to continue to improve. Kyle Lowry is going to be the heart and soul of our team. But we're going to need Jonas Valanciunas or Terrence Ross to really bring their game to the next level. We need that third player that will help us get into the second round. Jonas played great in the first halves of pretty much every single game in the playoff last season, but then he was non-existent. And, I put some credit on that onto Wade Casey for not really focusing him in the offense, but he could have still impacted the game defensively. And Terrence Ross, oh my god, I don't even want to talk about that. He was atrocious in the playoffs. But the Raptors are going to need one of those two guys, even better if both of them step up and bring their game to the next level. The Eastern Conference is getting better, but it's still extremely weak when you compare it to the Western Conference. So, do I see Toronto dropping out of the top 4? Hell no. We're definitely going to be top 4. Can we be top 2? I think so. Can we be top 3? Yes. But, like I said, it comes down to how everything pans out with the development of our players. And also, how quickly Cleveland can get better. Because, who knows? Cleveland, I personally think Cleveland's going to be top 4. I actually think Chicago's going to be first. Toronto and Cleveland will battle for that second and third spot. But like I said, we're still really early into the season. We're going to have to see how it goes. But that's just my thoughts on the Toronto Raptors. I'd like to know yours. Go ahead and leave it in the comments below. And stay tuned for the next episode. Peace.